So I'm a little angry, more than a little bit, and I just tried recording this and I dropped an F-bomb, so I had to delete it. So I'm trying really hard to rein in my foul language because I'm a veteran, I'm a sailor, I cuss like a sailor, and I'm sorry, but that's how I am. Anyways, I'm trying to keep it tamped down in there. So I'm really angry right now. I decided to run a long time ago, before they even opened up applications for the city council position. And so I knew coming in that, you know, nobody knows who I am. I haven't done humanitarian deeds because I'm poor, you know? Like, how am I supposed to go raise millions of dollars for people when I don't even have $10,000 a year to live off of? You know, I'm one of those people being helped, and the help I get is really hard to use, or I make too much money for certain things, so, I mean, the help is half-assed. So, there I go again, cussing. I'm not deleting it. I really want to talk about the good old boy system, okay? I dealt with it in the military. I was in for 12 years, and my E5 promotion was given to my best friend because I had an affair, and I told my husband about it, and he worked at the armory full time, and so he was able to tell those people, you know what, she screwed someone else, you need to, you know, do what you know, drama happened, and I did not foul his name, and so they don't know my half of the story, they didn't at the time, and so the E5 promotion comes around, I'm #1 on the list, and my best friend is the one getting the promotion, and it's like, why? What happened? Like, I'm happy for her. Don't get me wrong on that. I am so happy for her. But what happened? You know, like, why am I not getting promoted? And they said, oh, well, you marked anywhere in the state, or you didn't mark anywhere in the state, you marked this unit only. And I said, you know what? I haven't marked that box since I found out about it, because I knew it would hold me back. So that is BS. And they didn't have it. They couldn't like give me a copy of it. They didn't have it. They just said, oh, the one you turned in had the wrong mark on it. No, it didn't. You just think that I'm a bad person because of things that you don't know the whole story on, and you wouldn't believe me anyways. So just give that to someone else, because, you know, in the military and in politics, it's who you know and who you blow. So it's happening here, and I'm irate because all these people that are talking about who our picks are, and like trying to tell you who to vote for, and you don't even look at the other people on the list. I mean, I've got this thing right here with me. Of course, I've had it for, you know, not even 3 days yet, and there's already writing on it from my family. Thank you so much. So, okay, City of Seattle. Position 8. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people running for that position. And the only person people want to talk about is Teresa Mosqueda. Why? Why don't you talk about these other people? There are other people. I really like Kate Martin. I love what she has to say. In all the forums she's gone to, she's speaking great things. Alex Zimmerman, while his video was very startling, he had a good message. He has a point, you know. Mr. Glumaz, Paul Glumaz, I like what he has to say. Kenneth Wilson, I haven't seen anything, but hey, look, there's something right here. We all feel the council is leading in the wrong direction. Incumbent politicians have yet to find solutions for increasing homelessness, failed roads and infrastructure, and closed business. Most track most lack training and understanding day-to-day operations required for a thriving city. I am asking for your vote to bring plain speaking common sense solutions to replace current mismanagement. And it goes on and on. What's wrong with anything that he said? Yeah, I don't see anything in there that I disagree with. Jesse James. I've actually talked to this man. This man, he's got a good head on his shoulders from what I've noticed. And he actually, his group that he started has endorsed me, which is great. Thank you so much. I just haven't gotten around to putting that thank you out there, and I apologize for that. But he has a lot of good things to say also. Brian Fahey, he's a tradesman, right? You wanted someone who works, right? That's what I heard on the Ari Hoffman show. You want to vote for someone who works. This guy works, he's a tradesman. What's wrong with that? Oh, you didn't talk about him because he's not the top two. Okay, so we're still playing the good old boy system here. Still about who you know and who you blow. Because you're not actually talking about everyone. You're only talking about the people you think are going to be top two. Bobby Lindsay Miller, like me, has been homeless. He's been through the program. He understands it. Why not him? Why not give him a chance? You know, Jordan Elizabeth Fisher. I don't know a lot about her, but she seems great. She's really into blockchain. I don't know a whole lot about blockchain, but she really wants, you know, to get the city on it. Could be good, could be bad. I don't know anything about it, really. Alexander White. He's worked at Amazon. When a small business shuts their doors, we are all poor because of it. When a person experiencing homelessness is suffering and experiencing mental illness, we share in their suffering. When a crime is committed, we all incur a cost. No one wins when the voters lose confidence in our elected officials that we put in place to protect our interests. Seattle is one of the most beautiful places in the world with an abundance of natural beauty. We have developed a society of wealth, and I believe an empathic, caring population. There is no reason why we cannot shape policy together where we can all thrive, but most importantly, be heard. Great. I like what's said there. George Freeman did not submit any information. Okay, so that was everyone first. I'm going to go into mine, okay? So, in seat 9, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people running, okay? And I'm one of them. But, so, Brianna Thomas, I actually really like her. Personally, I think she's great. I did my very first forum and then my very first introduction, and I was like, oh my god, I'm just bombing this. I'm so nervous. And she just had my back. She was great. She has a lot of experience. She ran for city council before. But I will say that she's pretty far left. But I don't know how far left. I don't know a whole lot about her. Just from what has been echoed by other people. And then there's me. I won't go into that because if you're following my stuff, you already know who I am. Rebecca Williamson. She's a socialist. The Socialist Workers' Party joins the working class demand for an immediate massive public works program funded by the federal government to put millions to work at a union scale, wages, building hospitals, child care centers, and other things workers need. Jobs, not handouts. Cost of living adjustments to raise wages, Social Security, disability each time basic prices go up. Okay? So she's a socialist. I don't agree with that point of view, but she's still just trying to take care of everybody. I mean, the way to do it is not more government, but, you know, I think that's just, a lot of that is just misguided. But anyways, Nikita Oliver, they're an attorney. A lot of what Nikita talks about is racial injustice, which I'm not saying doesn't exist. and again, very far left. But anyways, I mean, these are the people I'm competing with, so of course I'm going to be more critical of them. Xgen Gunther. I like what he has to say a lot of times. We were doing a forum, and he was talking about bringing a Sprouts down to the central community, and I was just thinking, oh, I used to work at Sprouts, that's great, I would love to see one down there. But I would also love to see one down in Skyway. Skyway really needs stuff, but they're unincorporated Seattle, so they don't count in this election, so let's not cater to them, right? I think Skyway needs to be taken care of. I would love to do something to help them too. You know, I worked on a house there. I installed the tile and did the demo, and I was gonna clean it. It was for my landlord. We owed back rent, and my boyfriend and I, we both have, you know, not really, he has construction background, but I have cleaning up from construction background. So we're just like, yeah, well, let's just do some work and work off our rent. So we were doing work in their house. Anyways, it was in Skyway. Spent a fair amount of time there, and there's nothing there other than a library and a 7-Eleven and a grocery outlet. And I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of grocery outlet, mostly because the quality isn't there, in my opinion. Like, I don't buy produce from a grocery outlet. Then there's Sarah Nelson. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Sarah Nelson. I mean, I like her. Okay, I like what she has to say, but she's definitely a politician in that we did our forum and she skirted the issue that was being talked about and instead led it to climate change, which I think it was about something about racism. I don't know. I don't remember, but anyways, I didn't like that. It was very political, and, you know, she's a small business owner, but her small business is 200 plus employees, and she has, her product is in all of the stores. So, I mean, you might have took a hit and had to fire a couple, or lay off a couple servers, but, I mean, generally, you didn't really lose a lot, in my opinion. So it just doesn't feel genuine, because it doesn't feel like she really understands as much, because she may have took a hit, but she makes alcohol. People didn't stop drinking alcohol during the pandemic. All right. So I'm just a little irked at that. And then Corey Eichner. I get irritated with Corey Eichner because he says my line every time. I'm not a politician. I'm just kidding. I like him. He's a teacher. He's a principal, assistant principal. I don't know. I like what he has to say, but I mean, I'm not going to really do a whole lot of research into the people I'm competing against, and I also don't really want to run smear campaigns, you know? I mean, it's not cool. So, I mean, I'm getting mad because, like, so I was listening to this broadcast on the Ari Hoffman show, and they were talking about their top picks for this coming go of elections, and they barely talked about anything other than when Ari ran, and about the unsafe times he went through, because when you join, you know, when you become well known, people bother you. That's kind of, what did you expect? So, I mean, obviously you didn't expect for people to threaten your family, obviously, and I don't support that, and I don't want people to think the wrong thing. Like, I am not anti-Semitic. I appreciate the fact that he's Jewish and his family is Jewish. I was irate when I found out that their cemetery was being disrespected, and, like, I worked at the cemetery right next to it. I'm assuming that it was right next to Evergreen Washelli, and I looked at it every day that I went out to that side of the cemetery, and I just loved it. I have so much respect for the Jewish people, and this isn't a racial thing or a religious thing. This is a what the heck, man. His show, he was talking about his top picks, and then with someone else, and on the show, and I mean, I just listened to it this morning, and it was, they talked about Teresa Mosqueda, and they talked about Nikita Oliver, and then Sarah Nelson, and that was pretty much it. They didn't address any of the other people running. Why not? Do we not matter? When you talk about people need to vote for other people, do the research and vote for, you know, someone that's not these people. Well, you don't talk about who not those people are. So you're not representing it properly, and it's really getting on my nerves. Safe Seattle, like, I follow them. You know, I have more conservative ideals. I'm not a conservative, obvious, you know, hopefully it's obvious. You know, I love the LGBTQ community. I myself am a member of it. I'm bisexual, but I don't feel like who is in my bed is anyone else's concern, so I really don't talk about it. And who is in your bed doesn't matter to me. As long as it's not a child, I don't care. And I don't care what you do in there, like, as long as it's not a child. Like, don't take away their innocence, right? And it just creates so many problems, and it's not okay. It's gross. It's not okay. So, anyways, back to what I was talking about. So, you know, I follow Safe Seattle, and they talk about all the things wrong with all these people running, but then I'm like, well, hey, I'm running. What about me? And nothing. Crickets. Crickets from everyone. So it still is who you know, who you blow, and how much money you make and for your campaign. I don't know all of the reasons why, but I got an email that Nikita Oliver got permission to raise her maximum acceptance for her contributions because she had already raised over that amount or something. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. It's not my campaign. It's not my business. But why would she get that? I thought the whole point of having a maximum on how much you could make was to make it level, a level playing field. And the whole point of the democracy vouchers is to make it a level playing field. But like Jesse James was saying, you have to come up with a certain amount of signatures and donations in order to be accepted into the democracy voucher program. It's ridiculous. It's still, even with these supposedly, you know, underdog ways of, you know, like versions of support for the underdog, you know, like the democracy vouchers, they're still rigging the system. And there's still all these people that want to help get the word out, but they're not, because they're still helping rig the system, because they're still not talking about everyone. They're only talking about a select few and saying, you know what, don't vote for Nikita Oliver because she's a socialist. Vote for Sarah Nelson because she's the closest thing to sanity we have. Well, why? Because she's, I don't know, in my opinion, she's not. But I'm also her competition. Why am I being overlooked? Is it because I don't have the degree? It's because I've never been involved in the politics here? Is it, I mean, what is it? What am I missing? What am I missing? I don't know. But apparently I'm missing something. And I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. And it's just really, really agitating. Okay, and rant, thank you for listening, and hopefully this kind of opens your eyes a little bit.